Hello everyone, my name is Elspeth. You're watching the Planeswalker Pantheon today. We are opening up a set booster box of Kaldheim. Let's just jump right into this, shall we? Alright. So, if you're not familiar with what's in a set booster, we'll go through the first pack relatively slowly, and then we'll read out all the rares and mythics that are in the box. Alright, let's just put that over here. First up, we have our wonderful, wonderful art cards, which you can only get in these set boosters. We have our land and our connected commons and uncommons. Our first rare is Cosmos Charger. So for 3 and a blue, you get a creature, horse spirit with flash and flying. Foretelling cards from your hand cost 1 less and can be done on any player's turn. You can foretell it for 2 and a blue. Our next one is actually one of the rares from the theme boosters. This is Cleaving Reaper. So for 3 and 2 black, you get a creature, Angel Berserker. It's a 5/3 with flying and trample. Pay 3 life. Return Cleaving Reaper from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only if you had an Angel or Berserker enter the battlefield under your control this turn. We have a foil Infernal Pet. Oh, we've got a card from the list. This is the good old Flame of Keld. You can tell it's from the list by that little tiny Planeswalker symbol right there. So not a bad start. Alright, so we've got our art card. Oh, this is actually a nice time for me to explain this. Some of the art cards will actually have the artist's signature on there, so I'm pretty happy to grab that one by the one there. Our Snowland, our connected commons and uncommons. Our first rare is the Raven's Warning. So for 1, a white and a blue, you get a Saga. First chapter has you create a 1/1 blue bird token with flying, and you gain 2 life. Second chapter says whenever one or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player this turn, look at that player's hand and draw a card. And you may put a card you own from the outside of the game on top of your library. Ooh, and we got a nice big battle mammoth right there. So for 3 and 2 green, you get a creature elephant. It's a 6/5 with trample. Whenever a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability your opponent controls, you may draw a card. You can foretell it for 2 and 2 green. We also have Avalanche Caller and a foil Disdainful Stroke. And, ooh, got a Demon Berserker token. Nice. Alright, next up. So we've got our art card, our land, 2, 3. Oh, we've got a Sigurd God Favored in the showcase frame. So for 1 and 2 white, you get a legendary creature, Human Warrior. It's a 2/2 with flash. First strike, protection from God creatures. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target attacking or blocking creature until Sigurd leaves the battlefield. We've also got Freya, Judge of Valor, so for Judge of Valor also in the showcase. We've got a foil Wither Crown and an Icy Monolith. Alright, next up. Our art card. Oh, this is actually the second one we got with the gold signature. That's kind of neat. I'll see if I can catch it there. Our land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got our rarest Search for Glory. So for 2 and a white, get a Snow Sorcery. Search your library for a Snow permanent card, a legendary card, or a saga. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. You gain 1 life for each Snow spent to cast this spell. We've got a Sculptor of Winter, and we've got a Foil Scorn Effigy. And then just a normal ad card. I wish it was a little bit easier to work out what was in these set boosters. Sometimes they feel a little bit weirdly random. Like I can never quite tell what the order is. So we've got our art card, our Snowland, 6. Our rare is Draga Necromancer. So for 3 and a black, we get a Snow Creature Zombie Cleric. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile that card with an ice counter on it. You may cast spells from among cards in exile your opponent's own with ice counters on them. You may spend mana from snow sources, though mana of any colour, to cast those spells. Got a Shimmer Drift Veil and a Goldmoor Champion. Oh, and we got one of the little games right here. So this is Booster Blitz, so it's a little mini game that you can basically play. And it's actually on the back of actual tokens this time, which is actually kind of a nice idea, rather than them basically taking up a whole slot like last time. That's pretty cool. That's something I'm happy that they kind of changed up, instead of them being like a whole separate card. Our art card. I actually do like these. I actually do like collecting the art cards. Our Snowland. Our rare is Arnie Broken Barrow. So for 2 and a red, you get a legendary creature, Human Berserker with haste. It's a 3/3. You can boast for 1. You may change Arnie Broken Barrow's base power to 1 plus the greatest power among other creatures you control until end of turn. Got a foil Tormentor's Helm right there. And we got a Tybalt Rakish Air. So Tybalt's going to hopefully appear more than once here. From a good old War of the Spark. The first time that Tybalt was actually, even though it was in the sideboards of Mono Red, it was actually a standard playable card. Got our art card. Snowland. Our rare is Blessing of Frost, so for 3 and a green, you get a Snow Sorcery. Distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of creatures you control, where X is the number of snow spent to cast this spell. Then you draw a card for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. We've got a Finn the Fang Bearer in the showcase frame. We've got a foil Iron Verdict, and a Boggart Arsonists. I think they've increased the rate of the cards from the list from last time. So yeah, this is a nice little new one there from Shadowmoor, I believe. Alright, next up. Oops, try to pick up one too many. Our art card, our land. Our rare is Reflections of Lit Jarrah. So for 4 and a blue, you get an enchantment. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, copy that spell. Canopy Temptation, which is part of the theme boosters. And we've got a Breakneck Berserker and another one of the game cards. Right there. Which is a 2-sided one for some reason. I wish they'd work out a formula for these. Like, yeah, I know there is a formula, but it just, because of like all the chances of surprises, it just feels inconsistent in a way. There's our art card right there. Our snow-covered land. So there was a bit of a snow-themed one there. Our rare is Doomscar. So for 3 and 2 white, you get a sorcery, destroy creatures. You can foretell it for 1 and 2 white. Got another Freya, Judge of Valor, and a foil Coma's Faithful, and a treasure token. Alright. Okay, so our art card. Ooh, Starheim Unleashed. Our Snowland, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our Head Turner. 2 wild cards. Ooh, we got an Aegon, God of Death. So for 2 and a black, you get a legendary creature god. It's a 6/6 with Death Touch. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile 2 cards from your graveyard. If you can't, sacrifice Aegon and draw a card. And it can also be the Throne of Death. So for a single black, at the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. 2 and a black and tap, exile a creature card from your graveyard, you draw a card. Got the Icebind Pillar and Imistrum Raider, and we got Murderous Redcap as our card from the list. Next one. Okay, so we've got our art card. Our foil, our Snowland, 2, 3, 4, 6 commons and commons with a common type of theme. Our Head Turner. Oh, we got Tyrite Sanctum here. I actually got kind of beaten to this, but thanks to an early god. So it's a land, you tap to add colors. For 2 and tap, target legendary creature becomes a god in addition to its other types, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Tap and sacrifice the Sanctum, put an indestructible counter on target god. We've also got Bears of Lit Jarrah. So for 1, a green and a blue, you get to create a 2/2 shapeshifter token with Changeling. Then you can have any number of target shapeshifter creatures you control have base power and toughness of 4/4. Choose up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Each creature of power 4 or greater you control deals damage equal to its power to that permanent. Got a Marja Bretagard Protector in the showcase fart. Got a foil Horizon Seeker and a treasure token. Treasure token. Alright, so our art card, right there. Our Snowland, 6. There's a Head Turner, which is actually one of the other cards from the theme boosters. Actually, 2 cards from the theme boosters. We've got Kvaldi, God of Kinship. So for 2 and 2 green, you get a legendary creature card. It's a 2/4. As long as you control 3 or more legendary creatures, Kvaldi gets +4/+2 and has Vigilance. 1 green and tap. Look at the top 6 cards. You may reveal a legendary creature card from among them and put it into your hand. And put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Or it could be an artifact, which is the Ringhug Crest. For 1 green, you get a legendary artifact. Pardon me. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Tap it to add green. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type or a legendary creature spell. We've got Agar the Freezing Flame in that cool showcase frame. We've got a foil Wings of the Cosmos. And a cat token. So this is what the cat tokens look like for the chariot. Oh, they're big floofies. Oh, they're big fluffies. They're big floofy cats. I don't know why I'm surprised, but I love those. I love the cats that are in that, Esker's chariot. Alright, so we got our Snowland. Sorry, our art card, sorry. Our Snowland. Now, 1, 2, 4, 6. Provoke the Trolls and Elven Bow. Our first rare is Showdown of the Skulls. So for 2, a red and a white, you get a Saga. Exile the top 4 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You play those cards. Whenever you cast a spell this turn, put +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Got a Bergstrider and a foil Mammoth Growth. Ooh, and a Necrovolver. This is one I've not seen before, and because it's a rare, I'll read it out. 2 and a black, get a creature Volva. It's a 2/2. You can kick it for 1 and a green or a single white. You've paid the 1 green kicker cost. It comes into play with 2 +1/+1 counters on and it has trample. If you played the white, it comes into play with a +1/+1 counter on it. It says whenever it deals damage, you gain that much life. Cool. Nice little blast from the past right there. Alright. Okay, so we've got our art card, our Snowland, and we've got our Icebreaker Kraken. So for 10 and 2 blue, you got a Snow Creature Kraken. It's an 8/8. It costs 1 less to cast for each Snowland you control. When it enters the battlefield, artifact and creatures target opponent controls don't untap during that next player's untap step. Return 3 Snowlands you control to their owner's hand, and you can return it to its owner's hand. You can return it back to your hand. Buh. We've got an Ice-Hide Troll and a foil Story Seeker. Oh, and a calming lead. Oh, Calming Lizard. Cool. I've been putting pretty cool stuff from the list, actually. Alright, next up. We've got our art card. That's a real cool one. 6. Rampage of the Valkyries is from the Theme Boosters. Great Hall of Starnheim. We've got Waking the Troll. So for 4, a red and a green, you get to destroy target land. Put a target land card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and then choose target opponent. If they control fewer lands than you, create a number of 4/4 green Troll Warrior creature tokens with trample equal to the difference. Oh, we've got an Alrun, God of the Cosmos. For 3 and 2 blue, the legendary creature god. It's a 1/1. That's +1/+1 for each card in your hand and each foretell card you own in exile. At the beginning of your end step, choose a card type, then reveal the top 2 cards of your library. Put all cards of the chosen type into your hand and the rest onto the bottom of your library in any order. And it can also be Haka, Whispering Raven. So for 1 and a blue, get a legendary creature bird. It's a 2/3 flying. When it deals combat damage to a player, return it to its owner's hand and scry 2. Got a Shimmer Drift Veil and a foil Divine Gambit. Ooh. Angel Warrior token. Alright, let's see what else is in here. Alright, so our art card. Our Snowland. Got a Vega the Watcher, saw it coming, and we got a Tybalt's Trickery. Of course, trust me to open this after it gets banned. So for 1 red, you get an instant counter target spell. Choose 1, 2, or 3 at random. Its controller mills that many cards and exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card with a different name than that spell. They may then cast that card without paying its mana cost. They then put the exiled cards on the bottom of their library into a random order. Got a Grim Draga, and then foil Augury Raven. I like how the symbol sort of appears out there. Replicated ring token. Alright. We've got our art card. Of course, it's the Trickery again. Oh, foil Snow-Covered Forest. Oh, we've got Eska, God of the Tree, in the cool showcase artwork. So for 1 and 2 green, you get a legendary creature god. It's a 1/4 Vigilance. You can tap to add 1 mana of any color. Other legendary creatures you control have Vigilance and tap to add 1 mana of any color. And for the full Wooburg, it becomes the Prismatic Bridge. So for the white, the blue, the black, the red, and the green, you get a legendary enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you reveal the top cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature or planeswalker. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Got a Frostbite and a Bind the Monsters in foil. Human Warrior. Alright, so we've got a Goldspan in the art as my art card. Our land. 2, 3, 4, 6. There's another card from the theme decks. The theme boosters. We have a Mystic Reflection. So for 1 blue, you get an instant. Choose a target non-legendary creature. Next time 1 or more creatures enters the battlefield this turn, they enter as copies of the chosen creature and can foretell it for a single blue. We've also got Crippling Fear. So for 2 and 2 black, you get a sorcery. Choose a creature type. Creatures that aren't of the chosen type get -3/-3 until end of turn. We've got a Pilfering Hawk. Oh, and a foil Shimmer Drift Veil. And we've got another magic minigame here of Careful Study. Not the magic card. Careful Study. Our art card. Our Snowland. Our Head Turner. Our first rare is In Search of Greatness, so for 2 green you get an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from your hand with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost among other permanents you control without paying its mana cost. If you don't, you scry 1. Got Nafi Betrayer King in the sweet showcase frame. Got a foil Calf Kennel Master, and our treasure. Alright, so art card. Oh, foil Volatile Fjord. War Chanter Skelda, I believe, is also from the theme decks. Oh, we got Tergrid God of Fright in the cool showcase frame. So for 3 and 2 black, get a legendary creature god. It's a 4/5 with menace. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent or discards a permanent card, you may put that card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and it can also be Tergrid's Lantern. For 3 and a black, you get a legendary artifact. Tap, target player loses 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card, and you can pay 3 and a black to untap the Lantern. Got a Cole the Forge Master also in the showcase, and a foil Raider's Carve, and a Foretell marker. I had someone ask me last night what sort of things they recommend, because there's now so many different booster types. Got, ooh, that's the Coma showcase artwork. That's kind of cool. Foil snow-covered mountain there. Basically the way it should be broken down is there's the Thorn Mantle Striker, which is from the theme boosters. Oh, we've got a Resplendent Marshal. So for 1 and 2 white, you get a creature Angel Warrior. It's a 3/3 flying. When it enters the battlefield or dies, you may exile another creature card from your graveyard. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control other than the Marshal that shares a creature type with the exiled card. Got Battle for Betterguard. For 1 white, green and a white, you create a 1/1 human warrior. You create a 1/1 green elf token, and you may choose any number of artifact tokens and or creature tokens with different names, so each of them create a copy. Got a Valkyrie and a foil Dwarven Reinforcements and an Icy Manolith. These are great if you aren't playing to draft, the set boosters I'm referring to, because you get some really cool stuff. Draft boosters designed for drafting, but hey, everyone's going to crack draft boosters anyway. And if you want the really shiny special stuff, and you want more of a shot at it, you go for the collector's boosters. Oh, we've got the Voronclex there. Snow-covered land. A binding. Our rare is Gravenlaw, so for 3 and 2 blue, you get a snow instant. Scry X with X is an amount of snow spent to cast a spell, then draw 3 cards. Freya's Retribution, so for 1 and 2 white, you get a saga, create a 4/4 angel creature token with flying and vigilance. Until end of turn, angels you control gain tap, destroy target creature with power less than this creature's power. And angels you control gain double strike until end of turn. Got a Morite of the Frost. Ooh, and a foil Faceless Haven. That's kind of nice to get. That's not a bad foil. Got a Foretell marker. But yeah, that's how I do it. Like, I open these so that way people can sort of see what is in these boosters and, you know, decide what they want for themselves. I can make recommendations, but, you know, you don't have to follow my advice. Got a Coal there. A Snowland. Dwarven Hammer, which is from the... Oh, no, it's not. It's from the normal set. Got an Imstrom Predator, so for 2 a black and a red, you get a creature Vampire Dragon. It's a 3/3. When it becomes tapped, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard and put a +1/+1 counter on the Predator. Sacrifice another creature. Imstrom Predator gains indestructible until end of turn and tap it. Ooh, we got a Tyvar Kel. So for two green, you get a legendary Planeswalker Tyvar. Elves you control have tap to add black. Put a +1/+1/+1 counter on up to one target elf. Untap it against Death Touch until end of turn. 0 creates a 1/1 green elf warrior token. And for -6, you get an emblem when you cast an elf spell against haste until end of turn and you draw 2 cards. Nice. Oh, we've got a foil Tusky. So for 3 and a green, you get a legendary creature Squirrel. It's a 1/1. It can't be countered. It's indestructible. Attacks each combat. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. Nice. Got a Burb. Alright. Let's keep going. Okay, so we've got our art card. Land. Some commons and uncommons. Got an Axguard Armory. Blood on the Snow, which is really cool. So 4 and 2 black, get a snow sorcery. Choose 1, destroy all creatures or destroy all planeswalkers. Then return a creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of snow spent to cast the spell. Oh, we got a full art Hengegate pathway there, so which is one of the duels. And that's a full art right there. We've got a Valkyrie Harbinger, which is one of the rares from the theme boosters. 4 and 2 white, you get a creature Angel Cleric. It's 4/5 with flying and life. Like at the beginning of each end step, if you gain 4 or more life this turn, you create a 4/4 white Angel creature token with flying and vigilance. And we've got a foil Corridor Doomscourge right there in the normal art. This has been pretty neat. Like, I like that they've been trying to find ways to include more stuff in these boosters. I kind of wish the art cards were in the collector's boosters as well, because I think that's something that collectors could really go for. But that's just me. Our art card right there. Snowland. Elder Frame Ritualist, which is, I believe, from the theme boosters. Harold Unites the Elves, so for 2, a black and a green, you get a Saga. First one says you may mill 3 cards, may put an elf or Tyvar card from your graveyard onto the battlefield. Second chapter has you put a +1/+1 counter on each elf. Whenever an elf you control attacks this turn, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn. We've also got a Birgri, God of Storytelling. So for 2 and a red, you get a legendary creature god. It's a 3/3. Whenever you cast a spell, you add red until end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Creatures you control can boast twice during each of your turns rather than once. Then, it can also be Harnfeld, Horn of Bounty. So for 4 and a red, you get a legendary artifact. Discard a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. We've also got an Inga Runeyes as our cool showcase. And a foil Bergstrider. And what else have we got here? We've got our art card, our Snowland, we've got a Realm Walker. I think I've got more than enough to make a playset of these now. So for 2 and a green, you get a creature shapeshifter. It's a 2/3 with changeling. When it enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You cast creature spells of the chosen type from the top of your library. Have a Moriat of the Frost. And a Herald of King of Skemfar. And another little mini game. Which don't think they've changed the mini games from the last time they had set boosters in Zendikar Rising. I think they're all the same games, unless they came up with new ones. I've actually got to find out. I've got to see if I can work that out. Alright, so we've got our art card, our land, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, our head turner, armed and our wild card, and we got Saraf Realm Eater. So for 1 black and a green, you get a legendary creature wolf. It's a 3/3. Whenever a permanent opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Saraf. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Saraf has 1 or more +1/+1 counters on it, you may remove all of them. If you do, exile each other non-land permanent with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of counters removed this way. Got a Glittering Frost and a foil Frost Augur. And a Zombie Berserker. We're nearly done with all these. Got our art card, our Snowland, our wild... No, this was not our wild card. Oh, we got a full art Alrund's Epiphany. So for 5/2 blue, you get a sorcery. Create 2 1/1 blue bird creature tokens with flying. Take an extra turn after this one. Exile the Epiphany. Got a Blight Step Pathway, which is our black-red dual land. We have a Selvala Ice Shaper and a foil Masked Vandal. And another little game. I'll just move this out of the way because we've only got 2 packs left. Let's go. Got our art card, our land, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got Tricks of God's Heist, Path of the World Tree. Got a ton of ephemerals, so for 1 and 2 red, you get a snow sorcery. It deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker and adds colours for each snow spent to cast it. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. We have a Blizzard Brawl and a foil Battlefield Raptor. And a Dwarf Berserker. Here it is, it's our last pack of the day, guys. We've got our art card, our snow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got an annul, 3 seasons. Got a Jaune, God of Winter. So for 2 and a green, you get a legendary snow creature god. It's a 3/3. When it attacks, untap each snow permanent you control. Or it can be Kaldheim the Rime Staff. So for 1 blue and a black, it's a legendary snow artifact. You tap it to play a snow permanent card from your graveyard this turn. If you do, it enters the battlefield tapped. Got a Pilfering Hawk, a foil Reckless Crew. So for 3 and a red, you get a sorcery. Create X 2/1 red Dwarf Berserker creature tokens, where X is the number of vehicles you control plus the number of equipment. For each of those tokens, you may attach an equipment you control to it. Oh, we got an alt art Daxos Blessed by the Sun there from Theros, which is neat, which is our last card for the day, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, favourite, and subscribe. And, let people know that I'm making content, if you think that my content has any value. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.